Good morning or good afternoon, whenever you are viewing this. I'm Michael Scott, and this will be my presentation regarding which implementation of software as a service from AJAX or ACME that the Columbus State company should use. This is a hypothetical situation for a 2021 final class project in data structures. So regarding software as a service, you have what is essentially the ability to pay someone else to use their code, their programs, instead of paying the upfront cost of developing new applications or optimizing existing applications for your company. In the short term, very beneficial. In the long term, can continue to be beneficial depending on what it is, depending on how frequently you need it, and how highly specialized your needs are. So some of the pros with software as a service are that you only pay for what you use. For example, Microsoft Office 365, Spotify, Netflix, yes, Netflix and Spotify are software as a service. You pay a subscription for the service provider to provide you with a service. The level of what you use is scalable, so use and price. It is customizable to an extent of what you needed for it and how it essentially looks for you. Again, think Microsoft Office, Netflix, Spotify. And it's easy to update, as there is no changing physical components of like a computer or something. It's simply the service provider rolling out an update to you. Some of your cons with software as a service are integration with other applications and just technology that sometimes the service provider does not intend for their software to work with. There's data security issues when sending a bunch of data or storing data on the internet. You have to make sure that data is secure, not being taken by someone else, rerouted somewhere. And most of the time, your software as a service services require constant internet access. So regarding the AJAX and ACME companies used in this project, we have our cost per sort request for AJAX Corp, which is up to 100,000 daily requests, between that and 1 million daily, and each request can sort up to 1,000 records. You have a 1,000 US dollar per request and 10,000 per request respectively on that. And then going to ACME, we have 100 items to sort per request, 1,000 items to sort, and 1 million per request. But as you see, the cost is exponentially lower. Now this will balance itself out later, as I'm about to explain. So here we have our Columbus State daily records to sort, which is in the millions. So 10, 1, 30, 50, half, 100, and a tenth, respectively, in millions that our company sorts daily on Monday through Sunday. Given the above tables and code that was provided by the companies for their respective software as a service, these were the weekly reports I was able to put together. So you have your AJAX and ACME cost, as well as the instructions. Now these are in the thousands, specifically choosing this one from my technical report and not the one in the millions, because this one includes the instructions. Dealing with the one in the millions, it had just continuously running. But anyway. So in conclusion, and as stated in my technical report, the best option for us at this time would be to mainly use the ACME software as a service because it is exponentially cheaper and still runs at a fair pace as far as total time for processing. The worst time complexity for ACME was 4 plus 2n squared as calculated, whereas the worst time complexity for AJAX was 11 plus 4n squared. So over double. So when testing the code, I could see that it was roughly, could be worst case 4 times as slow for ACME depending on the data size, which is where on higher processing requirement days, such as on Thursday, where we're doing 100 million requests and records that we have to sort, we might want to temporarily use AJAX specifically on those days. Though in the long run, our best option will be to find a way to optimize an existing service or just create our own for our specific needs here. Thank you. Have a nice day.